The wait is over, Shelby fans. A program with 100 years of basketball tradition makes their Final Four debut today as the winningest team in school history. But standing in their way of a championship berth is a Maysville squad making some history of their own. With a school record 25 wins, led by the most potent scorer to play for the program, as the Panthers have their eyes set on the team's first ever title game appearance, riding a state-best 20-game win streak. It's live and free state semifinal hoops from UD Arena in Dayton, and it's all coming at ya next.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
More than Crown, we are the real people behind Crown CDJR of Dublin. Every member of our sales team is dedicated to providing you an excellent customer experience.
Find the right vehicle for you and your lifestyle. Visit Crown Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram today, the better way to buy.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Hockenberry Trucking and Excavating pregame show. Two teams on the brink of advancing to their first state final, riding the two longest win streaks still alive in the Buckeye State. I'm Brian Skowronski, Travis Berardi, my sidekick here today. We've got Madeline Mad Dogs Azudo, birthday girl, working the sidelines with the camera for us. And both programs, they've already made a ton of history. Travis, one storybook going to continue today. The other meets their final chapter here on the biggest stage in boys high school basketball.
You know what? I think Shelby Whippet Land is ready for this one after the amazing performance, the comeback, multiple times down 7+ points to the #1 team in the state, Lutheran West. The school from the Cleveland area that, well, we're not going to get into what they do private school-wise, anything like that, bring in kids, but Shelby, the team, able to do what they've wanted to do all season, that is make it the Dayton, make history. They can continue to make history. They can do well here today.
So has their opponent, as I mentioned, Maysville, 25 wins. That's a program record, and like Shelby, they still have not lost in 2024 Big League. They display a true modern-day style of basketball, 3-and-D. It's helped get them to this stage here in the Final Four, their first one in more than 50 years, bro.
And they needed some heroics as well to get here. A buzzer beater against Bishop Hartley, a comeback against Warren. These are two teams that have the will, that willed their way to get here. And Maysville, they're not just gonna lay down. Shelby may be favored here today, but does Maysville care about that? No. They're gonna come in here, they're gonna try to get a state championship because they can shoot the ball really well from beyond the arc.
Yeah, they kind of live and die by the three, and this young gentleman right here, Alex Big Shot Bobb, broke the program's career scoring mark about a month ago, and he was that hero you were talking about in the regional semi-win over Bishop Hartley. Hit a game-winning triple as time expired. Doesn't get any better than that.
No, and he just listen today and watching the highlight later. He gets across half court. You have to have a hand in his face immediately because he is not afraid to pull up and hit the jumper. He'll shoot from wherever across half court, and if you don't have a hand there, he was not afraid to go Caitlin Clark on you.
Yeah, this is a kid that exudes confidence. I've been watching him a lot here in the pregame as both teams have been out on the floor for at least an hour here within the building, and Big Shot Bobb got one of the best heads of lettuce in the game right now, still competing at the Final Four, and certainly is the kid that they're going to lean on here today. You saw the gaudy numbers. He's going to have to be big time if they're going to knock out the #2 team in the state.
Absolutely, but he's going to have a tough test. We'll break that down here in a little bit with Isaiah Ramsey. But Brian, let's break down the team that we are here for.
That's right, the Shelby Whippets. Man, what a special season for them, riding the second longest win streak in the state, just one behind Maysville. They won 19 in a row. Very talented senior seasoned class, and they've rewritten the history books all season long. This is a team that's kind of built up to this. We know these seniors, they were getting a lot of minutes when they were younger. Now it's their time, and they are thriving.
And you see, #3, #1, this team is battle-tested. And don't count out Shawnee, too, that knocked them out twice in a regional the last 2 times they met. Shelby is ready. They faced the best in the state all year. They faced a Max Dawson team last game of the regular season. What is it, 4 or 5 state-ranked teams they played? They played an Ottawa Glandorf team that nearly made it to a state championship last night. They've had a tough schedule, but Coach Greg Galloway created that schedule for moments for them to get here.
And that's why they're here on this big stage, and our player spotlight is both a calming presence and an energy igniter. He's grown both physically and as a player during this season, and certainly has been a big-time performer during the tournament. 4 straight games with big-time dunks, including the go-ahead two-handed flush that made my top cuts #1 play of the tournament last week.
As it should. Casey Lance, he's, I guess, let's take it from a fellow Lucas Cub, spark plug. He ignites the squad for Shelby because, what is it, the last 4 games he started the game off with a slam? Something like that. It's just, you get the ball in his hands, he's not afraid to take it right at you, and if you're going to get in his way, you're going to end up on a poster.
Just saw his mama up in the causeway as well. She said send him some luck down there, a little bit of superstition, not wanting to go too far in terms of putting pressure on the young kid's shoulders, but it doesn't seem like this type of team feels that weight, Travis. Getting to watch them since they've been here before the first Division II game between Alter and Ursuline. They're very comfortable despite not being at this place in Dayton before. This is a squad with all these seniors on the floor that just the moment has never felt too big so far.
And you know who else is living in the moment? Look at that, the Red Rage. We will have a Red Rage cam on moments when big plays happen, when they're going nuts. You'll be able to see. We'll show you that here as the game goes on. But there is the Red Rage. And you're talking about, you know, playing as a team. Well, we've talked about them many times throughout this tournament run. That is the 3 amigos. It's funny. I was at practice on Wednesday. They're doing scouting, and Coach said, here, these are some pictures from some 4th graders for you to put in your lockers downstate. One of them, Casey Lance picked out, said, let's go to the 3 amigos. So whoever that was that made that picture, that 4th grader, thank you for watching, because, you know, they got to get it off of this.
I love that it's catching on, and I didn't give them this moniker until the districts. But after I seen them play together, that's exactly what they are. They've got just so much charisma and confidence and
they're
just
loose.
a love.
They're loose.
They've been loose this entire tournament. I think their student section has been a big reason why, and just the community outpour. both of these teams really, as you see Maysville, they're well represented here in the building tonight, and Shelby as well.
And we're going to have a special national anthem here coming up. Hello. Hi, guys. I mean, we've been waiting all week for this.
Yeah, we've got a lot of local flavor here in the building, not just with the Shelby Whippets, of course, and their fans, but also we've got a Sheldon singing the national anthem. So these kids, they're so versatile, so talented, and not afraid of the big stage, just like Shelby.
And you know, Coach Dave Sheldon, his daughter sang a couple years ago at the Final Four down here, but to have it for a local team, just a little bit extra special. But let's as we get ready for that national anthem. I was nervous. I'm excited now. I'm ready.
Just got to ease into the moment. Obviously, it doesn't get any bigger than this for high school basketball. And to be here, fantastic here courtside, watching all the games go on. And as you guys know, we're here for all 12 of the Final Four boys games, not just the Shelby Whippets. So if you want to check out our page, we've got all the semifinal actions, and then tomorrow we'll have all championship games, and we're hoping an audio cast just like we're bringing you right now for the Division II game. Kettering Alter, a big winner earlier over Ursuline, 73-37.
Really,
and just the length, the athleticism that they have. Shelby, that would be obviously a pretty good matchup for them. Maybe the best team that they've seen all year in terms of their style of play and what they have in terms of their pedigree and all the athletes.
Let's get the anthem.
So we'll now turn it over to center stage. This is the youngest Sheldon daughter.
The singing of our national anthem performed today by Paige Sheldon from Winford Junior High School.
Big ups to Grace Sheldon.
Yeah, Paige, great, amazing job.
So graceful up there on the mic, and I think she's only in 7th grade here at Dayton.
And you know she's got a good jump shot as well.
There's her dad congratulating her over on the sideline. Very, very cool. So we're just about set here for tournament action, and a lot of our friends in the media world here in the building today, which is, it makes it so much more fun when you look around. There's a lot of familiar faces, and every outlet that's in the Richland County area represented here today. So Shelby, their community has been showing out for them this entire tournament, and we've been there for you from the jump as well here on the OH Report.
It's been quite the ride. I mean, last week we were down here. I was down here covering Loudonville and Corey Vermillion Company, and actually Corey Vermillion is in attendance, her and Maya Vermillion.
Of course.
Just, you know, to watch.
VIP status too. They had badges that are even, they exceed what we're allowed to go.
I mean, when you're Miss basketball runner-up, you get some good freebies. Well, also your aunt is like one of the main people in the OHSA as well. Get you that, but it's her birthday tomorrow. Her aunt. We got a cool stretch of birthdays this week. Yours is coming up too. You're what?
Yeah,
30.
Travis just made it to 36 yesterday. We celebrated well with 4 games of basketball.
Yeah.
I'll be 39 coming up here in a couple of days. And Madeline, whose shot you're seeing right now, ripe old age of 23 today.
Today.
Making
it's her birthday. So we're all trying, all of our birthday gifts are hopefully a Shelby victory and a chance to go to the Final Four. Also want to welcome everybody watching this audio feed, listening. Give us some shout-outs. When we get some chances, we'll shout you back out, just as always. It's just going to be a little bit different now because the Spectrum feed and the OHSAA can't let us show you any live basketball action, but we do have some extra cameras. Got the Red Rage camera, as you can see right there.
And the Shelby Whippets just about ready to be announced here in terms of their roster, their coaching staff. Historic season for them. The cheerleaders as well. Very impressed with what they brought at the pep rally yesterday.
Oh,
They've got a lot of great tumblers on the roster.
Yeah, that was one of the funnest atmospheres I've seen for a pep rally. You get most schools, they get into it, but the middle school, the grade school, all the little kids were holding up signs. You can see that on our Twitter page, but it was a cool atmosphere. They deserve
it's on all
it.
of our platforms, I think. Yeah, actually, it's on our Facebook and our Instagram as well. But unbelievable community outpouring there. Kindergarten all the way through 12th grade, everyone in attendance. And then the send-off, second to none that I have ever seen here in and around our area with the police escorts through town.
Oh, yeah.
And we jumped in the middle of the parade.
We kind of went in the parade, too, which is fun. But I hope they enjoy it, too. Because not many kids, there's what, thousands and thousands of kids that play basketball in Ohio, but only 150 get a chance to play down here. Not even that. 16 times 15, so whatever that is. But what I mean is they should enjoy it because not many people get to.
Certainly seems like that's been the case so far for Shelby. Taking it all in and all week. We've had cameras following them. They had the meet and greet on Thursday night, dropped by a couple of practices earlier in the week. We will be producing a full documentary of this trip to state for the Whippets when their season comes to a finish. Coach Galloway has been extra gracious, allowing us the access while not trying to be disruptors and get in the way of anything that they've been doing all season long as the lights have been dimmed. And it's now time to meet the starting lineups for both sides, beginning with the Panthers. We already told you about Alex Big Shot Bobb. He'll be coming up here in a minute. This is Gator Nichols. What a cool name.
Yeah.
The sophomore, a big-time scorer as well with over 15 points per game.
Yeah, they have 3 shooters that are 40% from beyond the arc. They will shoot it. Like I said, this is a team that relies on the 3, and if they get hot, they can beat any team in the state. That is how they got here. And there is Mr. Bobb, Alex Bobb.
He'll be joined by Kane Roaring, the big size in the middle, not a big-time scorer, under 4 points per game, not even a great rebounder as well, only about 2, but does provide some athleticism. This is a team that shoots it from three-point land more than they shoot it inside of the paint. The only team, I think, in the entire state that's the case for. We'll see if Shelby's able to defend.
Hey, 3's better than 2. That's how they play it. You can get that outside shot.
And now let's meet the starting lineups for the Shelby Whippets. Here is their dynamic sophomore, Braden DeVito, almost 10 points per game, and he's earned honors. Great athlete and just a great kid.
Yeah, and you talk about the 3 amigos, but he is also one of those big key pieces. If he can get hot, he'll be good.
Here is one of those trifold amigos, almost 11 points per game, and easily the best defender that the Whippets can throw out on the floor.
Yeah, and he's going to be guarding Alex Bobb, and Bobb, you're going to be in for quite the day because he's one of the best defenders in the area in this state.
The human highlight reel, Alex Bruskotter. He can score from anywhere in the gym. pretty good length, and they'll likely put him on the worst offensive player for Maysville so that he can be one of those rovers and come over with that 6'7" frame, create some havoc. Then we've got Casey Lance, who's been the high wire Skywalker for this program. Multiple dunks here during the tournament. Honored as an all-district player. Great kid, and has really grown into his own. Probably put on a couple of inches of size so far during the season. And then one of the unsung heroes, Bryson Baker, quality defender and just plays his role, knows what to do, excellent ball handler, and a lot of veteran leadership.
Yeah, this is one of the best starting fives. Anybody can score, anybody can guard. As you do take a look at the 5 starters on each side, Alex Bruskotter, he's going to be playing off. He's going to be going up against, he's going to be guarding Roerick, who only averages 3.8 points per game, just for the fact that he can play help side. And that's a big thing he can do, is play that help side defense. In case somebody gets beat, then you got an Alex Bruskotter that you got to face in front of you. So we're in for it.
The stage is set, baby. This is it. Dayton, Ohio. Shelby Whippets, Maysville on the floor, ready for state Final Four action. And with that, we'll turn it over to our audio-only broadcast. We will be showing you guys the Red Rage, of course, as we mentioned, and then Travis and I. No in-game highlights today per OHSA rules, but I'm going to try to call this like a radio game as the tip is up, and Maysville's going to collect it. Thought they were going to get an easy one. Bruskotter made it tough, and then the 3 is up for Bob, and it comes off the back iron. It's one and done. Casey Lance with the rebound.
Had a good look, but just off the rim, Casey Lance was right there for the board, and we get to see the Whippets for the first time on offense.
Now a staggered screen. Bruskotter right hand comes here near side. Bob defending him, and he's got the theft. Off the pass in low, Alex Bobb able to take it away. He's got Ramsey on him, slick crossover at the top, and the key sets it off. A 3 up, and it's a little bit short, so 0 for 2 from downtown here to start for the Panthers.
Yeah, they're getting really good looks, but Shelby also boxing out DeVito now with the step back.
And that one off the front rim. Bruskotter came in, tried to collect an offensive board. Instead, it's Jordan Watson. Coast to kick out another 3. This one tipped, but right into the hands of Kane Roaring, and a rare putback for him.
Yeah, the ball was deflected on a 3-point attempt. He read that early, was able to catch it, put it back up. It was just like a pass.
So it's 2-0 Maysville out in front. Whippets with the basketball now. They'll do a dribble handoff here for Baker. Now to Casey Lance at the elbow. Kicks it out. DeVito underneath. Bruskotter establishing themselves. A lot of contact inside with Bob. He thought he got foul. Whistle never came. It's more or less an air ball. And now pushing it back the other way. Here come the Panthers.
Yeah, both teams, going at 110 miles an hour to start. Shelby just can't find anything to fall, but Ramsey with a rejection.
It's a big-time swat inside. Bob was whirling the other way. Baker bumped inside, leaves it off, and here's Casey Lance. Leaves it right on the lid in the second. Also, just off the front of the iron, so the Whippets icy cold to start the game on offense.
2 great looks from just underneath the hoop, and he left them short.
So Maysville back with the basketball. They'll get it into the hands of Gator Nichols up top. He'll give it to Bob right side, still defended now by Ramsey. They'll reverse it to the near side, back with Gator, calling for a ball screen. Instead it's Bob down low. Off the dribble drive, Ramsey pokes it away. Isaiah Ramsey winning that battle so far with his defensive assignment.
He's just his length, his ability.
But Alex Bruskotter, a long deuce, and we're all square.
Shelby points off of turnovers has been one of their strong suits this season. Ramsey with his long length got the steal, got it to Bruskotter for 2.
Nichols leaves it off left side, off the post. Shot is missed by Maysville, and here comes the Whippets. One and done. Alex Bruskotter again, head of steam. Step back 3, bottoms.
And look at the Red Rage going nuts as Bruskotter 5, Maysville 2.
Last 2 baskets belong to the Mr. Ohio finalist. As we'll get a reach in, Braden DeVito shuffling his feet, and he picks up the personal foul. Wesley Armstead off the drive, drew it, and it's the first on either side so far.
Alex Bruskotter seeing his team, going a little, their normal pace, not being able to hit, so he's saying, I'm going to take this myself to start, calm his team down.
Off the inbound, quick trigger for Gator. It's off the rim, And an offensive rebound created by Watson. Maysville, it's Watson spinning inside. Scoop shot way too strong. A lot of contact down low. Off to Baker. He's pushing it end to end. Kicks it out to the corner. DeVito, it's up, and it lips out.
It looked good, but just hit the front of the rim.
So a good-looking shot for Shelby. Maysville's done an excellent job keeping them off of the defensive glass.
Almost threw it away there. Was a nice save by Armstead, tiptoeing the sideline.
Now they'll put it at the top of the key. They'll kick it back out. A big shot. Bobb delivers his first points of the night, and it's from long range.
Got the screen, was able to set up, get it off right before Ramsey's long length went for the block.
Had a toe on the line, though, so it's a long two as DeVito immediately answers short corner, and he buries it.
That's what makes Shelby so lethal. We mentioned it in the starting lineups. All five can score. You can't double team any of these players because anybody else can pick it up.
Excellent pace. Bobb puts a move on Ramsey, and he's able to knock down a big-time three.
Ramsey went for the steal, didn't get it, and paid.
We're all even, 7 each. Casey Lance misses back iron inside and looking for the offensive board, his second.
Something he wasn't able to do the first time was get that put back. This time he collected himself, put it off the glass, and gives Shelby the lead back.
Maysville back the other way, start with Armstead, right side. Now they'll hook it up with Gator, defended by Baker. Bobb on the kick out, quick drive off the baseline, pitches it to the corner. Shelby doing a nice job chasing him off the three-point line, but not this time. Gator Nichols, split splash from straight away.
Gator chomped at the bit to get that one, had just enough time to get the shot off, nothing but net, 10-9.
So Maysville captures the lead. Whippets, though, starting to find their stride here on offense. Baker has to pick up his dribble, left side, comes back Bruskotter. His first touch here in the last couple of possessions, and Alex going to back it out, picked up by Armstead. Now with Casey Lance, they'll run DeVito through. They'll get a switch out. Bruskotter with the ball, and he rains down a three from the right side.
Bruskotter, 3 of 4 from the field, 2 of 2 from the three.
Whippets as a team shooting 67% from downtown. They did better than that against Lutheran West to win the regional championship.
7 of 9 in that game.
Fancy dribbling now for Wesley Armstead. Not going anywhere with it, though. He'll have to give it up now for Jordan Watson. Gives it off now for Gator Nichols. Slick crossover and a tough finish. Oh, my goodness. Bryson Baker was there, but a slick left-hand runner.
Quickly back come the Whippets, though.
And it's going to be Isaiah Ramsey, his first shot attempt, whirling inside the lane and knocks it good off the square.
Maysville's going to go full court the whole time, but Shelby's going to get opportunities to score off of it.
Isaiah Ramsey, his second block shot. Bruskotter pushing the other way, lobs for Lance. He has to make a tough catch, and through a triple team, Casey Lance puts it in.
Got the contact, missed the first shot, but he muscled his way to get the rebound and put it back in.
Back and forth we go. Shelby stretching out their lead now to 4. They've got both Homan over at the scorers table, along with Tanner Hartz as another three let loose by Gator, and the banks are open here in Dayton. It's a 1-point game.
One of the Whippets got knocked down on a legal screen, let Gator open. Put a little too much off of it, but hey, that's why they have the glass. Use it.
He's now 3 of 5 from the field, leading the team in scoring with 8. Casey Lance, left hand, flips it up, and he collects another offensive rebound fouled on the floor. This one's going to go on Alex Bobb.
And it's the first foul called against Zanesville. They're very physical underneath so far. Casey Lance multiple times, Bruskotter able to fight that off, but this time the referee said you did a little too much with the effort there. And the Whippets will inbound with 61 seconds left in this quick first quarter. Oh, wow.
Off the inbounds, Bruskotter finds a little hang time for Isaiah Ramsey as he fills it up for 2 more. Ramsey now with 4. Gator off a staggered screen. Has to flip it out over his head, and he gets it into the hands of Wesley Armstead. He's got Bruskotter on him, and now they'll find Bobb, right wing, nearly at half court as he backs it up. Ramsey got a hand right in his face. Not going to let him pull up and shoot from anywhere. trying to run some clock, closing in on 30 seconds to go before we reach quarter number 2. Now DeVito comes out. He'll defend on Gator Nichols with the basketball left side. Giving a little bit of space. No 5 count
Referee
until
did
now.
start it now, but he realized it. He had his back turned to the ref too, thought he was going to let it go.
Now,
Whippets will get the ball to start quarter 2.
Bobb's got it, half court, down to 7 seconds. Right side, rocker dribble. Switch with Hart's, 3 ball is up, and it's good just before the horn. What a first quarter for Gator Nichols. He's got 11 of the 18 as we're all square. And we'll head on to quarter number 2 here at State Semi, number 2 in Dayton.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
More than Crown, we are the real people behind Crown CDJR of Dublin. Every member of our sales team is dedicated to providing you an excellent customer experience.
Find the right vehicle for you and your lifestyle is a Crown Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram today, the better way to buy.
Excellent ball game going here in the state Final 4 at Dayton. We are knotted up at 18 apiece. I'm Brian Skowronski. Travis Berardi is with me for this awesome state semifinal within Division II. And you got to give it up for Gator Nichols. How about 11 points for the kids so far? Awesome.
Yeah, he averages 15, but he has been fire from 3. He also got a little help from the glass once, but he's 3 of 5. They're 4 of 8 from 3 to start off that first quarter. Shelby 2 of 3, but they have been able to establish an inside presence.
Alex Bruskotter has 8. He's 3 of 4 from the floor. Ramsey has knocked down both of his shots to fill it up for 4 points. And then Casey Lance with 4 as well, as we take a look at the Panthers' keys to victory. And it's simple for me. You just have to make your 3-point shots. And so far, so good. This is a team that shoots a bunch from downtown, as you've seen already. They've connected on 4 through 1 quarter.
And it helps them take momentum. Shelby wasn't able to get off and running like they wanted to, so they're in it. The longer they're in it, the more they're going to be confident. And then for the Whippets, well, Lance early jam to get them into it, get the crowd fired up. Hasn't yet, but you never know. It takes one.
And defensively, we've seen Shelby try so far to run some shooters off of the 3-point line. Easier said than done because of the great ability to handle the basketball, dribble, drive in, and kick it out to open shooters.
And go ahead. I was
The
going to say,
second
brought to you by
quarter's underway.
Hockenberry.
Yeah, thanks, Hockenberry.
Yeah.
Love you guys. Thanks to all the generous sponsors combining to bring you guys live coverage here. As it'll begin with Shelby basketball, and it's Isaiah Ramsey, a very quick shot, a runner uncontested, but it rims in and out.
Yeah, he was able to sky up, shoot that at his tallest point. Looked like it was going through, but the rim just not friendly for that shot.
So they'll get it to Nichols. Here comes Gator, gets a screen, couple left-handed dribbles, now hands it off. They'll get it to Bobb on the perimeter. Drives baseline, short corner, nothing but net.
And like we said, DeVito had a hand in his face, but he was able to get that step back, that separation, and he nailed it.
Maysville likes the full court pressure, and a bump sends Alex Bruskotter down to the floor. Wesley Armstead knocked him down, so we get a timeout here that's taken by Coach Galloway. It'll be the first, the 30-second timeout. A lot of boos pouring in right now from Shelby fans that felt like there was enough contact to trigger a referee pulling the whistle up to his lips, but it didn't happen.
It's the state tournament, Brian. If it's not a big hack, they're going to let it go. The refs are trying not to be a key in this game. They're trying to stay, they're going to call the big fouls, things like that, but they're going to let these teams play as well. In this Ted and Alley's Cafe timeout.
Yeah, thank you to Ted and Alley's, of course. Drove by them in the parade.
Yes, we did.
Gave them some nice waves, so hopefully you guys saw us over there. And everybody that lined the streets of Shelby, very, very cool what you guys did for these boys yesterday. And so far they're playing extremely well here on the big stage. They're trailing by 2, but they've got the basketball. And they'll begin with their sophomore. Here's DeVito, walks it across the timeline. Now pitches it opposite side for Bryson Baker. Tried to feed it, double team inside for Alex Bruskotter, and it's going to be stolen by Wesley Armstead.
Yeah, he left that short. Bruskotter had no chance of catching that one.
Now left side Bobb. Down the lane, he'll kick it out wide now for Armstead. He dribble drives, gets cut off. Bruskotter on him. Back and forth, two-man game. Bobb back to him. Now sling it to the opposite corner, and way too much sauce there for Cade Rock. As Casey Lance gets ahead of the pack, they'll find him. He spins inside, and it's an offensive foul. The defender read it very well. That was Wesley Armstead.
Yeah, Casey went with the spin. He got it. He played the spin instead of going left, went right into him. Player control foul, turnover Shelby, and Maysville up by 2 here, has a chance to extend.
Get a substitution out on the floor. Starting lineup back into the mix now for the Whippets. As Jordan Watson re-enters the contest now for Maysville. They'll inbound it here to Gator Nichols. Full court pressure now being established by the Whippets. A 1-2-2. Baker almost comes away with the steal, but they thread the needle. Now a 3 is up from the corner, and that one just a little bit short there for Armstead.
DeVito got a hand in his face and forced that miss.
Now here's DeVito with the basketball to the corner. Ramsey tried to put a kid on a poster, still lays it in over the top of Gator.
Smart play, just lay it in. Had some contact there, but he was able to finish, and speaking of contact, the foul on the other end against Shelby.
This one's going to go against DeVito. It'll be his first. And just the first foul here, the second team foul on Shelby, as we're 2 minutes, 16 seconds gone by here in a very fast-moving second quarter. This first half just in general with the pace moving by exponentially quick.
Yeah, we might be able to go to dinner, take a nap before the next game starts, because this one's going quick.
There's Alex Bobb with the shot, back iron, and kept alive. So an offensive rebound here by Maysville. It's Gator up top, his shot blocked, but Baker draws a whistle inside, did an excellent job, did the sophomore, using his body to shield off Bryson, and he draws the foul heading to the free throw line.
Yeah, that was a great take, but it started with an offensive rebound, went over the top of, I believe it was Bruskotter down there, just a bad hop. 2 Maysville players there to get it, kick it back out.
First free throw attempt for either side so far, and it's going to be cashed in here. Gator Nichols continues to add to his game high. He's got a dozen. Tanner Hartz now moving into the game as DeVito takes a seat. And the second one, 3 hops on the rim and falls through. So 2 for 2 for Gator Nichols on that trip to the free throw line. Full court pressure here by the Panthers. That has been their calling card all season. Bobb picking up Bruskotter. He'll enter to Casey Lance, right back to him, and a double team comes in the short corner. Bruskotter, very patient, allows the second defender to go
nice
away.
Pass.
But to Lance! He went in for the two-handed jam, just missed it. Now Alex dives through a couple defenders, and he's able to score.
With a little help with your friends right there, Casey tried to get the crowd fired up with a dunk, just was off a bit, but Alex Bruskotter there with the rebound and put back.
He's now the first Whippet into double figures with 10. As Nichols handles, tries to knife his way through the defense, has to dribble out, hands off. Here's Bobb with the spin. Kicks it out, a hand in the face of Gator, and this kid's unconscious. Baker can't believe that he knocked it down.
Wow. You're thinking this was Alex Bobb, what he was going to do, but Mr. Gator out there.
Second leading scorer on the team, showcasing why right here, over 15 per night. He has eclipsed that already. Back the other way. Bruskotter handling inside, and he's got a matchup with Cohen Fink right now, 6'3" senior, a big size advantage, and he's got to push in the back. And a lot of boos raining down from the Mayville student section.
It's only the first team foul, though, and his first. But Nichols, my goodness, what a start.
Same play off the inbounds. They'll lob it. Ramsey, though, almost a block-out looking play for Maysville, and it makes a tough shot. So it's one and done. The rebound secured by the Panthers, and they'll start the offense with Gator. Why not? Kid has been piping hot so far. Now they'll run Bobb off a down screen. Ramsey picks him up. A couple of jab fakes. He lets it fly, and it hops off the rim, poked away. Another offensive rebound.
Actually, it was a foul. Bruskotter was going for it, got held, and Shelby will get the ball back.
And for Maysville, it's an excellent offensive rebounding team. They only collect 18 boards per night. Half of those, actually more than, coming at the offensive side as Fink draws the personal foul, his second here in about the last 45 seconds, as it's a tough inbound play. Bruskotter, supreme athlete, makes a tough catch off the tip. And now sinking back in their half-court man-to-man are the Panthers. Bruskotter has it up top, looking to size up Bobb, goes to work, pulls up, launches for three, and he drills his second trifecta.
Anything you can do, I can do better. Bruskotter, 5 of 6 from the field today.
And allow my correction, he's 3 of 3 from downtown now, has not missed. He gets a hand in the passing lane, can't come away with the steal. So Gator gets it back after a little bit of a bobble.
Oh, this is a matchup I'm looking for.
He's got Tanner Hartz on him. Hartz, the energy guy, a lot of courage, wears his heart on his sleeve out there. But they'll get it to Bobb. He pulls up, long too, and it caroms out of bounds. It's tipped, and it's heading the other way. It's going to be Shelby basketball.
The Whippets with a little momentum right now. Tanner Hart coming in, giving Gators some frustration in the hands and the faces, a couple missed shots.
And Bryson Baker off the inbounds. He's going to take it coast to coast, his knee right into the belly of Gator. He is down on his back and sliding off of the floor. It looks like he's in a ton of pain. And Baker, meanwhile, will be rewarded. He's got a couple of free throws in his future.
Yeah, he was almost set to take the charge there, but was still moving enough that the referee's going to call it a block.
Want to say what's up to everybody watching live out on our Facebook feed right now. I see we've got plenty of fans chiming in. What's up, Linda Gano, listening at home, sending out a lot of luck. Jeff Anderson asking what's the score. Look at the ginormous screen in front of you, Jeff. 26-25, though, after Bryson Baker knocked that down. And Dick and Deb Tomlinson just saying thank you for the call. You are very welcome. Selby says good luck.
We've been waiting since the last seconds went off the clock at Bowling Green to do this game. I mean, this has been a fun one, Brian.
Yeah, the pace, it's been electric up and down the floor as we get a Ted and Allie's Cafe timeout here. And it's going to be the first called by Maysville here. And sometimes it's not necessarily that you're trying to establish anything out on the floor, give your kids a message. More or less, I think this is just kind of catch your breath. Gator was down in a heap, as I mentioned. He's been the hot hands, game high 16 points. Bruskotter's got 13. So those two, they've been fantastic, and it's just been a great game, an electric atmosphere. Two teams that have not been here very much. Shelby, of course, the first ever State Final Four trip in for Maysville out of Zanesville. This is just the second time that they've ever been to the State Final Four, Travis. And for one of these teams, a dream will be lived out in reality. Neither has ever been to a championship game.
Yeah.
One of them punches their ticket here this afternoon.
I mean, can you have anything else for a game like this, an atmosphere like this? This place is, now if you've ever been to UD Arena, they have the two sidelines go up further. It seems like it goes up into the heavens. It's 3/4 of the way up. I mean, this is probably the biggest crowd we've seen for a game all weekend.
So far
and
this
the highest
weekend.
one was 5,600. This is probably 7,000-8,000.
So the arena almost packed completely full as we're back to action. Full court pressure, it's man-to-man being assessed here by the Whippets, and it's a 5 count before Gator gets it across. Now a pull-up runner, and it's going to float through the bottom of the net for Jordan Watson, giving a lot of leeway to him, and he's able to capitalize.
Elementary, my dear Watson.
Watson, not a big-time scorer. He's coming away there with 2 points. Actually, he averages 11 on the year, not bad. Now inside, Bruskotter over his left shoulder. Kind of forces that one up, a lot of contact, and Alex Bruskotter, fantastic free throw shooter on his way to the line.
Yeah, when he gets it down in the post, two things are going to happen.
Tell me
he's
about
going to
both.
score or he's going to get fouled. Or three, or he's going to score and get fouled. That's why he was a Mr. Basketball finalist, just because you talk about five-tool athletes in baseball, hitting, speed, fielding, contact, and I don't know. I'm not into baseball yet, but he's a five. He could be like one of those five-tool players in basketball. He can do everything.
He's also one on the baseball diamond as well. Looking forward to seeing his senior season on the diamond as he goes 2 for 2. Shelby pushes their lead back out to a couple. 29-27, final 2:20 remaining here in half number 1. Full court pressure, a long pass, and not ready for it is Wesley Armstead. It bounces off of his chest out of bounds, and Shelby gets the basketball back.
As the Red Rage pointing which way that ball is going to go now. I love the Red Rage. They gave us another one of their sheets. We'll go over that here in a little bit. Next time out maybe we'll go over that, but they've been ready. They've been ready.
Just 2 turnovers so far for Maysville. Both sides doing an excellent job of protecting the basketball. 3 giveaways so far for the Whippets.
Shelby 2-0 on points off of turnovers. They got a 2-point lead.
Casey Lance is handling Bob, picks him up. But now give it off. Isaiah Ramsey dribbles right around his defender, sets it up. Homan inside, making an impact. His first touch, I think, on the offensive side, and he puts it in.
Great job by Ramsey. Went as far as he could into the lane, drew the defender, easy pass to Homan for the bucket.
Largest lead for the Whippets, trying to trim it down, and doing so end-to-end is Jordan Watson starting to make an impact on the offensive side. He's got the last 4 now for the Panthers.
Every time it seems like Shelby's starting to get some momentum, bam, right back at you comes Maysville.
Spread 5 wide right now for Shelby. Everyone on the perimeter right now for the Whippets, trying to open up some dribble driving lanes as Bruskotter sends the defender down to the floor. He's got to drop to his backside, but he keeps it alive. Hartz bails him out. He pulls up, lets it fly from 3, misses his first, and we'll get a foul on the floor. Homan working inside, and he draws the personal on Kane Roaring.
Yeah, he held Homan. Homan had the clear path to get that rebound, grabbed him, and yeah, you can't do that. It's only the 4th. It is the 5th, actually, so we're going to have free throws.
So no more fouls to give. It will result in a shooting of 2 free throws right now for the Whippets, and the referee's talking about it, trying to determine who they're going to put on the line, and it's going to be their Mr. Basketball nominee, or at least they pointed to Alex.
It's Homan. 55, not 5. 76% from the charity stripe this season. I was about to apologize for the announcer jinx, but the friendly bounce put it in.
I don't think stats are an announcer jinx.
Every time I read them off, though, they miss.
Then don't read them?
Well, I have to still let the folks know.
He'll go 2 for 2, though, so he'll improve on that percentage as we're under a minute to go. Bob handling the basketball up top. Ramsey on him as he has been all afternoon. Now Gator baseline drive. Excellent help side by the Whippets. They'll get it again. They'll move the ball around the perimeter. Will the Panthers now inside again. Gets it to drop. Jordan Watson taking over.
Wow. It was the 3-point shooting in the first quarter. Now it's the drive to the hoop and the score that's keeping Maysville in it in the second.
This is a team that rarely shoots inside. Casey Lance, though, domineering down the lane. He puts it up, makes good, and a chance for one more, and one coming up for Casey Lance.
You're not going to let me slam it down. I'm just going to take it right through you and still get the hoop in the arm. 35-31, Shelby. A chance to enjoy their largest lead here of the afternoon with Lance at the free throw line. Takes one dribble, a little sidewinder, and he drops through the bottom. So the Whippets remain perfect at the free throw line tonight. Largest lead of the day so far, 5 points. Maysville slowly across the timeline. Looks like they're going to try and hold for the last shot. They will get possession to start the third, so trying to get a 2 for 1 here.
It's Alex Bobb. Ramsey giving some cushion right now as he checks the clock down to 10 seconds. They're going to go. They'll initiate it here to the top of the post for Roaring. He turns, kicks it back out. Off the drive, Bobb. Follow-away jumper out of bounds from the short corner. So end of quarters have been very charitable to Maysville, as they knock down another deuce right here. 36-33 the score, heading into the halftime locker rooms with some heroics at the end of both quarters, Travis, and sometimes those can be big-time special moments and situations. Panthers connects on both.
Well, especially when you're going up against Shelby, the favorite in this one. Every time it seemed like they were getting some separation, Maysville coming, bring them right back in. Like I said, the longer as an underdog you are keeping it close, the more momentum you get, the more pressure's on the other side. So we'll see any adjustments by Coach Galloway at the half to allow Shelby to maybe get on a run to start quarter number 3.
We've got an awesome game going for you folks. 3-point differential. We will be back. We'll have your Hockenberry trucking and towing halftime report. Then we'll get you all set for half number 2. You're enjoying live and free state basketball here on the OH Report.
Hi, I'm OH Report founder Brian Skowronski, and you've just enjoyed first half action live and free exclusively right here on the OH Report. But stick around, still plenty more to come right here as our boys high school basketball returns after this.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
More than Crown, we are the real people behind Crown CDJR of Dublin. Every member of our sales team is dedicated to providing you an excellent customer experience.
Find the right vehicle for you and your lifestyle is a Crown Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram today, the better way to buy.
Ginormous thank you to all of our generous sponsors helping bring you live and free coverage here on the OH Report, the only way that we know how. And give it up for my good friends over at Carothers Pest Control. If you've got a pest, call the best. 419-342-6841. They service all over North Central Ohio and are proud supporters. They are Shelby people, folks. Why not support those that support you? ArcelorMittal. Smarter stills for people and planet. They are hiring now with competitive wages and benefits. Visit ArcelorMittal.com and click careers for more details right down below in the description. Hockenberry Trucking and Excavating, your one-stop shop for limestone, gravel, dirt, sand, excavation services, and custom hauling. Big thank you to Paul's Drive-In. Great food and even better ice cream since 1956. Ted and Allie's Cafe, a family tradition that still continues to grow strong 35 years later. Great place, great people, unbelievable food. Stop in, check them out at both Ted and Allie's and Paul's Drive-In. Big thank you to Crown Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. Some want it to happen, some wish it would happen. Crown makes it happen. Mechanics Bank, Richland County's only independent community bank. Scout Construction Services, LLC. They've got more than a decade of business, so you can trust them with your roofing, siding needs. Call Scout Construction, ask for Josh Mobley. Hit them up at 419-989-7240. Also want to thank Laura Swihart, a Howard Hanna Real Estate Services agent serving the greater Shelby area, actually all over. She's in communities in like Knox County, Morrow County, so hit up your favorite real estate agent, Laura Swihart. And thank you to Phillips Tube Group. Angela Phillips, one of the great supporters of all high school athletics, but specifically the Shelby Whippets. They do awesome things over there. They pay great wages as well, so an awesome local company, Phillips Tube Group. And last but not least, our new friends over at American Homestead Exteriors. Check out their website, roofingmansfieldoh.com, down in the description, and give them a call as well. Make sure that you ask for Eric Gilbert. He'll come out, give you a consultation on your roof. Nothing comes out of your pocket. I know that he's a very wise gentleman when it comes to the roofing, and also very fair. So if you don't need a new roof, he won't quote you for one, but if you do, American Homestead Exteriors is definitely the place to go. Travis and I are going to be right back. We're going to have your halftime reports. We'll break down the stats for you guys coming up in just a moment. Stay there.
Hi, I'm Always Report founder Brian Skowronski, and you've just enjoyed first half action live and free exclusively right here on the OH Report. But stick around, still plenty more to come right here as our boys high school basketball returns after this.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
More than Crown, we are the real people behind Crown CDJR of Dublin. Every member of our sales team is dedicated to providing you an excellent customer experience.
Find the right vehicle for you and your lifestyle. Visit Crown Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram today, the better way to buy.
the Hockenberry Trucking and Excavating halftime show here from fabulous UD Arena in Dayton. State Final 4 action, and we've got a good one going for you right now, folks. 36-33, the Shelby Whippets lead it with 2 quarters of regulation still remaining. I'm Brian Skowronski. Travis Berardi is with me for this audio cast here at State, and I think the first 2 quarters kind of on par with our expectations so far, with the exception of maybe one player stepping up for the Panthers that we knew about, but we didn't expect what he did.
A man named Gator over a man named Bob.
That's right.
That's what they switch roles, but as we look at the stats here, momentarily.
Looking a little jumbled there with the numbers.
Anyway,
I could talk about the stats,
talk
Travis,
about the stats,
if you'd like.
Brian, while I try and fix this.
So right now, Gator has been that dude. He played all 16 minutes. He's 5 of 7 from the floor, leads all scorers with 16, as from long range, 5 of 12 is what the Panthers ended up in that first half, and that's pretty much on par with what they've done shooting-wise all season long.
Absolutely.
Travis, this is a great three-point shooting team. Typically, though, they don't shoot as many from inside of the lane as they did in the first half. 14 attempts from 2-point range, and they've done a pretty nice job knocking down 8 of those.
Absolutely. Really good. They're taking what has been given them. Joe Baylog just came over. We're starstruck.
Yeah, sorry about that.
He's in a suit and everything. So
I mean, his hair's combed all nice. I almost don't recognize him.
So, but no, they're taking what's given them. Shelby really doing good, especially the last part of the second quarter on guarding the 3. So Maysville said, okay, you give that up to us, we're going to take it to the hoop and we're going to score it. And that's what's kept them in, is because Shelby 3 of 5 from 3, 7 of 7 from the charity stripe in that first half. Really big help for them.
The Whippets with 8 second chance points, 16 in the lane so far. So they're out-dueling the Panthers 16-10 in terms of paint point production. These 2 teams on the verge of making more history. We talked about the fact the 2 longest winning streaks going right now in the state, Travis. So heading into the halftime locker room, there's got to be so much confidence. I just bumped into a couple of Maysville fans that said that they were down double figures the last couple of games, had to battle themselves back at the regionals. So being down by just a few, they were like, man, this is as close as we've been in a while at the half. We like this.
Yeah, this is a different feel for them, but it's a good feeling because they're sticking with the number 2 team in the state right now with 16 minutes left. As for Shelby, they've been in this pretty much every game so far in the tournament. It's been close. They've been tested. Can they finish the job as we have starting quarter number 3?
And it's Maysville basketball. They're going to put it in the hands of Gator, of course. Baker picks him up. He'll give it off, though, here near side for Roaring. Now Bob comes off a screen. He'll hand it off back to Gator. A lot of ball movement right now for the Panthers on the offensive end. Couple of more passes, now a couple of dribbles. Bob fighting through off Ramsey, got him up off his feet, and he delivers.
Little up and under action there makes it a 1-point game.
Bob with a nice move to get into the lane that time with the head and shoulder fake. Now here's Shelby. They'll start from the elbow with Bryson Baker. He's chased out of there with a couple of dribbles. Hands off Bruskotter. He was fantastic in the first half. He picks up his bounce, though, and he'll launch here near side with DeVito.
Ooh, nice
quick crossover, able to get by the defender. Kicks out to the corner. Bryson Baker off the drive, and he's going to get fouled. 2 more free throws coming up as Kane Roaring picks up the personal foul.
Yeah, Shelby taking it to the hole early, just like they did at the end of the first half. Getting to that line, like I said, they're 7 of 7 from the line. Keep getting there. Keep getting, hopefully, Maysville into foul trouble, because their scoring is pretty much their 5 starters, just like Shelby. It's the 5 stars that score. Sometimes you get maybe a couple points off the bench from a couple players, but that's it. So if Shelby can get Maysville into some foul trouble, that's going to help them out a lot.
37-35 as Baker makes the first, and he'll add to it. Now 38 points for Shelby as he's 4-4 from the free throw line, accounting for all of his points. Whippets going to pick up half-court man-to-man defense. Bobb from the right wing. Great look inside, and
wow,
how about the
pass.
touch pass from Gator off the setup, and easy money for Jordan Watson.
And immediately we're going to get a reach-in against Maysville. Rig was all over Alex Bruskotter, and like I just said, foul trouble. That's his third foul. He picked up 2 quick ones here to start the second half, and he's going to have to take a seat for Fink, who also has 2 fouls.
So the 6'3 senior checks in, and they'll bracket Alex Bruskotter. Don't want him to get the ball, so they'll pitch it into DeVito. With a head of steam, Braden DeVito all the way, the friendly roll, but they're going to call him for a push-off.
It's on the other end for us, but I'm guessing just that little bit of a bump or a push to get him some separation. It was a tough angle for me to see any of that, but the referee right there said he pushed off, and he's going to have to take a seat now with his third foul.
So Braden DeVito is sidelined as they'll get Tanner Hartz in for him. Here come the Panthers initiating the offense, and it's a quick shot launching his Gator, and he's fouled in the act of shooting. A little bit of confusion right there. The referee explaining a lot of different things.
It was after he landed, so it's on the floor.
So no free throws coming up for Nichols as Baker got into the body after he had landed. So they'll start with an inbounds. Armstead up top. They'll try to work into the hands of Bobb. They do. He'll let it fly from long range, and an offensive board created by Cohen Fink off the miss. Gator right back to Fink in the corner, and he airballs, missed everything. Not a great shooter. Hustle play flying out of bounds. Goes a Maysville offensive player. It's roaring, but they get it right back. Around the back pass for Gator. Knocks off of a Whippet. They'll keep it again. It's pandemonium, and it leads to a 3 from the corner. Huge trifecta for Watson.
A lot of contact allowed by the refs. Leads to a 3, but Bruskotter right back at you.
Wow, Alex Bruskotter, so cool all the time. Blue Gatorade running through his veins. Back the other way. Evens things up, 40 each. Maysville into their offensive set, and how about Watson? This kid's coming alive, and it's still off the inbound. Cohen Fink takes it away, and it's going to be Panther basketball riding a big wave of momentum, and all of their fans up on their feet right now, Travis, encouraging this team.
Yeah, it's that momentum. They just, offensive rebounds, they're just hustling. They're just out-hustling Shelby to start this third quarter.
Catch and release, and this time it's back iron for Gator Nichols. Casey Lance is there for the defensive board. 42-40, Whippets trail. Casey into the front court, domineers down the lane now. He chases himself out as we'll get a foul on the floor. There was a battle inside, and this is going to go on
Fink. It's
Cohen
going to be Fink,
Fink.
his third.
So Cohen Fink is going to check out. As going a little bit deeper now into the bench as head coach Dave Brown, now in his 7th season, over 100 wins for him at the school. Coach Galloway in his 3rd. Alex Bruskotter with the basketball left side. He'll give it off and get it right back. Cutting through the lane is Baker. He gets a look. And now Tanner Hartz dumps it inside. It's put up. Alex Bruskotter headed to the free throw line. This kid putting the city on his back here in Dayton.
Yeah, he had Cade Rock going up against him. And the sophomore just unable to handle Alex Bruskotter. Hooping the horn, Shelby with a chance to get the lead right back.
Bruskotter unbelievably efficient so far here this afternoon. He's now the high point man in the game with 19, 7 of 9 field goals. He remains perfect at the free throw line, 2 of 2, puts the ball on his left tip, big breath, and now knocks it down. Whippets regain the lead. And they've got the full court pressure. 1-2-2. It's broken easily by Maysville with 3 passes. Now from the top of the key, a tough runner down the lane. This one won't fall for Watson. One and done. Bruskotter with the board. He races out the other way. Bruskotter picked up through a double team. Does a shimmy shake, sends it off. Ramsey puts it up from the corner, and that one's off target, so Bobb has the rebound. And here come the Panthers.
Ramsey just a little bit short on that three. Was on target, but short.
Bobb stepped back, thought better of the three. He'll cut through the lane. No look there from Gator. He'll drive baseline. A couple of spins. Might have got away with the travel. He forced it up over Hart. Ball's loose on the floor. Bodies flying all over the place. And DeVito just checked back in. He's got the basketball. He'll dart back the other way. Hesitation move and picks up his bounce to Casey Lance. No one's going to guard him, so he looks and knocks down a three for Lance.
You can't leave Casey Lance open like that. He will nail it every time.
Nobody within 10 feet of Casey, and typically he's a passive three-point shooter, but if you're not going to guard him, he'll make you pay. Meanwhile, the Panthers getting back to work on the offensive side of things here with Wesley Armstead left side. He'll fill it up now over to Watson. Lance all over him up in his grill. He pokes it away from the back, but it's into the hands of Gator. Gator from the left side. Hart's with him stride for stride. He'll leak it out. Opposite corner. Three is up. And Isaiah Ramsey skies to the fourth level for the rebound. Bruskotter gets on the floor as it's tipped loose. A lot of passion and enthusiasm showed here by Cade Rock as he got the tie-up. And what's the call?
They were saying that Bruskotter had it on the sideline out of bounds, despite getting tackled.
And we'll get a timeout. It's a Ted and Alley's Cafe, T.O., and it's going to be taken by Maysville, who has just been awarded the basketball. And there was an unbelievable amount of bumping and contact there.
The refs are letting them play. It's a state semifinal. They're letting them play a lot. I'll just say a lot.
So the Panthers get it back, 3:23 to go, 46-42 Shelby. This game's gone back and forth. They've got a little bit more momentum going right now in their favor on the offensive side of things, but Maysville, a team to full court pressures, and that's what they've done all season long.
Yep.
This is the first time that we've seen this afternoon that they're kind of starting to get to Shelby a little bit with their fast, active hands and some of those traps.
Yeah, and Shelby getting a little complacent, especially after rebounds or inboundings. They're just trying to get it out. Little passes, soft passing, like things you can't do right now because Maysville out-hustling Shelby. They're going to attack those short passes, things like that. It's Shelby. You're going to have to chin the ball, look up court, and chuck it.
And all displayed right here by our own big league Berardi.
I forgot I was on camera, too. I always do this. But you just have to be strong with the ball right now because Shelby had 3 turnovers at the half. They have like 6 or 7 here now after this timeout. Now I think we're going to have a mopping.
Yeah, there's a lot of moisture on the floor. The bodies have been flying all around. There's been loose balls created by that full court pressure for Maysville, like you had mentioned. Shelby not being as strong with the basketball as we've seen them be throughout this entire tournament journey. And it's led to a couple of giveaways, the latest with Bruskotter. They're saying that he was out of bounds after the tie-up.
4 turnovers in the first 4 minutes and 37 seconds. They had 3 all of the first half. So Maysville, like I said, they're out hustling Shelby right now. Shelby making some, I wouldn't say dumb mistakes, but like rookie mistakes. Complacent mistakes right now.
They've got a huddle right now on the floor as maybe there's a little bit of blood that's fallen onto the surface because they've got the spray bottle out there and a specialist. As the Red Rage continue to party, this is what they do best. What an unbelievable student section, and it's not just this right side. They're all the way filled. Can I pan this, or will that be a problem?
You can move the... See, they're over there, too.
Yeah. Red Rage is everywhere, and then the parents for Shelby and the adults stacked from floor to ceiling on the main stage as we are back to action. Panther basketball, and they've got it into the hands of Gator. He'll toss up top now for Jordan Watson. A couple of cut-throughs. Now Gator passes it back to Jordan. He loses the handle down the lane, but hit on the arm as he did. And it's going to be a baseline out of bounds on the personal foul that's picked up by Tanner Hartz, his first.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't get him earlier because he went with a little head tap against Gator, but then switched off and created a little bit too much contact there.
Bobb to trigger, comes to the top of the key here with Armstead. Now Bobb comes up, he collects Ramsey on him, they'll get the switch. Now Bruskotter on Bobb, left-handed dribble, 3-4 fakes. Alex never been on any of them.
Great defense.
And the shot comes up short. He zings it ahead here. Casey Lance, left side, going to exercise some patience. Now to the corner. Baseline drive, very quick. The ball movement ends up into the hands of DeVito. He missed it. Lance trying to cup the basketball. A couple of tips. He puts it up in the lane, and it's halfway blocked.
Yeah, he was in a bad position there. Just tried to draw a foul or get a miracle shot to go. Wouldn't go. Back comes Maysville.
Panthers with the basketball here near side now. Cade Rock delivers to the corner for Armstead. He dribbles out of there. Sizing up to Vito, looking to go at him now. To the corner here for Watson. They'll dish it up top. Gator down the right-hand side. Absorbs the contact. Hartz picks up his second as he does just miss, but he'll have 2 free throws. And Shelby with no more fouls to give here in the frame. 2:13 remaining.
Yeah, both teams will be in the bonus, but Hartz, that time he swiped down, tried to go for the block, but just created contact. And a chance for Maysville to get back to within 1 possession.
Gator at the free throw line is now 3 for 3. He's got 17 points, leading the way right now for Zanesville, Maysville. Alex Bobb, the program's all-time leading scorer, puts up almost 26 a game. He's got 11 so far, 13 for Watson, which is over his season average. He's been awesome so far here in the third quarter as Gator, a little rainbow, sinks them both, and the free throw shooting on both sides has been phenomenal. Nobody has missed yet. 13 of 13 collectively. Shelby a perfect 10 of 10. Casey Lance, meanwhile, baseline, draws a double team, kicks it out. They'll swing it around. Ramsey back to the corner now for Baker. Left-handed dribbles, left-handed shot. It's off target, but Alex Bruskotter collects the offensive rebound. He's got 22 with the stick back.
Quick transition now for Maysville, though.
And it's going to be Gator here near side Rock. Letting it fly is Watson, and he drills it again. Jordan Watson has come alive, and he's got the fans up on their feet for the Panthers.
He's got 16 now to cut it to 1.
Jordan and Gator have been phenomenal here tonight. They've got 34 right now with a 47. Casey Lance, other end, little step through, the Euro, and the friendly roll.
You just can't let him or Bruskotter or even Ramsey get into the lane because they can finesse you to the hoop.
Lance has got a dozen now. He's 5 of 10. Maysville will start the basketball on offense here with Alex Bobb. He'll go left side and stalk through with the screen before they get it back now to Wesley Armstead. 5 wide right now for the Panthers. Whippets switching everything up top. Ramsey on Bobb. Couple of shoulder fakes, and now he'll kick it out to the corner. A lot of dishes around the perimeter right now as Bobb catch and shoot. Nothing but buckets. 50-50. Final 30 seconds here of quarter number 3. It has been a seesaw battle throughout. Maysville with the slight upper hand here in the third quarter as the final shot will belong to the Shelby Whippets, who have their fan base rising. Swinging some rally towels. Bruskotter, the ball on his right hip, directing traffic as he takes a look, and here comes his first dribble. 8 seconds to go. They'll bring Casey Lance off. They get a switch. Bruskotter, pull-up jumper, straight away. Back iron, and that'll do it for quarter number 3. Half 100 each with money time looming here in Dayton. Won't you stick around? It's money time here in Dayton. Fourth quarter action has arrived. Everything on the line for two programs who have not been here to Dayton either ever or in a long, long time. I'm Brian Skowronski, Travis Berardi, my sidekick here this afternoon for a phenomenal Division II state semifinal game. The Shelby Whippets and Zanesville, Maysville all knotted up at 50 apiece. Only 8 minutes remaining here in the contest. It boils down to this, Travis, and what a contest this has been so far.
I mean, phenomenal basketball back and forth. Shelby taking it to the hole. Maysville doing what they do best, shooting the three. They are 8 of 19 from beyond the arc. We are in for a treat for this final 8, maybe more. We'll find out.
They were able to outscore the Whippets by a couple there in that third quarter to knot things up here at the start of quarter number 4. Both teams receiving instructions right now from their head coaches. Dave Brown over on the other side, putting his team in this semifinal stage for the first time during his coaching run. Greg Galloway as well. Shelby regional champions for the first time ever. And we know that Alter awaits the winner of this one in Championship Sunday tomorrow.
Yeah, a running clock victory over Youngstown Ursuline. A very impressive display.
It's going to be Shelby basketball to start the fourth. They'll inbound it backcourt. Bobb picks up Bruskotter, not allowing an inch. Alex Bruskotter, the Wright State University commit, initiates the offense through Casey Lance at the elbow. He'll kick it out wide. Isaiah Ramsey comes up well short with a catch-and-shoot three. It's one and done. And here comes Maysville. Bobb here on the near side. Left to right crossover and into the body of Ramsey. And one foul already now in the frame on the Whippets. Just 21 seconds in, goes on Isaiah.
And that's Isaiah's first. Both threes that Isaiah's taken have come up short. I don't know if that has to do, some people say it's because of the three-point line. It's actually a white three-point line. The college line they don't need, so it's confused some of these basketball players, and it might cause them to come up a bit short. Not Maysville, though.
Yeah, they've knocked down 8 already. Bobb looking to launch the 9th. Instead, he goes baseline drive up and under. Kind of a wild shot, and it's tipped down to the hands of Casey Lance. He's going to push the pace. 3-on-2. DeVito launching. Back iron. Tipped up. Casey keeps it alive. Another offensive rebound. He goes baseline, and it rims out for Casey Lance. The smallest man on the floor, Gator Nichols, comes away with the defensive board.
3 great looks, just could not finish, and we remain 50-50.
Wesley Armstead down the lane. Kicks it out to the corner. This has been the hot hand. Not this time for Jordan Watson, but right back to Papa. Bruskotter with the reach in as whirling inside with Watson, and he's going to the free throw line on the second team foul on the Whippets.
First foul against Alex Bruskotter, but again, offensive rebounds have been huge here for Maysville. They've been able to capitalize on most of those.
Nichols was the man in the first half, scoring-wise. He had 16, only 2 so far here in the second half. Meanwhile, Jordan Watson, this is the kid that's gotten it going here in the second half. 6 points at the break and starting to take over at this end of things as he knocks down the first free throw, increasing his total to 17. He's got one more still coming up. 51-50 the count. Panthers in front. And he calmly delivers both as we remain perfect at the free throw line for both units.
16 of 16 from the charity stripe.
Shelby with the basketball. Chance of defense raining down on the floor here at Dayton as Bryson Baker takes it down the lane, now has to pitch it out. Alex Bruskotter to the left hand. He's got a size advantage, and man, what a soft touch for Brusk.
I mean, you go one-on-one against him, it's just not fair, especially if he gets you on his hip.
He has been overly efficient here in the tournament now with 22 points. Make it 24 on 9 of 12 shooting for Bruskotter.
Efficient and effective.
Bobb runs off a down screen. Now he'll call for an on-ball screen. Goes the opposite way of it. Alex Bobb spinning. Oh, he gets Ramsey on his hip, and he finishes with the left hand right in front of the Panther student section.
Right back at you.
54-52. Full court pressure, and there's a pocket picked. Jordan Watson takes it away. He'll kick it out. Bobb puts it up. Oh, back iron. That would have lit the building on fire. Bruskotter with the rebound. He ends the threat. He picks it up. He's triple teamed, and a reach in will go on Wesley Armstead. The first foul against the Panthers here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they were going for another pickpocket, but he was further behind. Bruskotter's back, went around him, and created the foul. Only their first of the quarter. Shelby with 2 fouls already. Bruskotter with a mid-range jumper. It's pure.
Right off of the inbounds, Alex Bruskotter capitalizing. Dude is showing why he was a finalist. Picked 4th for the best player in the state. Meanwhile, Bobb attacking. He misses in tight. Overshot everything. Whippets get it back to Bruskotter. He's the hot hand, but an offensive foul. Stepping in and taking the charge is Armstead.
He was shuffling as he got there, but they're going to say that Bruskotter lowered the shoulder, knocked it over despite him still moving. The referees will call it against Bruskotter. The third against Shelby, another turnover.
We are all even at 54 apiece, approaching the 5-minute mark. Fans not resting. Neither is Bobb inside, but Isaiah Ramsey with a clean shot swat. Looking like a tennis rifle to the back corner, and it's Shelby basketball. Right in front of the bench is DeVito double teamed.
And a foul underneath.
It's going to be away from the basketball. I think this might go on Bobb. He's got a look on his face like he didn't think he committed a personal, but he'll pick it up. The second on the Panthers here in the fourth.
He gave the same look that Bruskotter gave after his foul. What was it?
Shelby shooting 53% from the floor, 44% for Maysville so far. Out of bounds play. They'll circle out. DeVito can't knock this one down. Long three comes out. Bruskotter goes to the deck. He lost it. It rolls out of bounds. And what's the call?
I think they're going to call Ramsey with the bump diving for it. And yes, that's what they're going to do. Ramsey's second, the team's 4th. And now a timeout by Maysville.
To Ted and Allie's Cafe TO. It'll be a full timeout taken by the Panthers, who are right on the doorstep of their first ever state championship game appearance here inside of UD Arena. And you see these young fans behind us. They have not sat the entire game. Matter of fact, nobody from Maysville allowed to use their seat cushion here in today's game. It's been really cool, actually, to see the fan support for them. Shelby fans have been equally as loud. I think there's a little bit more red and gray in here, but they are full. The volume here, it's packed, and it's been electric from the start.
This is high school basketball in Ohio at its greatest right now. We said that during the Ontario District Tournament. That place was packed. It was electric. You come to a bigger venue, they're just going to bring even more people. That's exactly what they did. 2 programs that have not been here in a very long time showing out here this afternoon.
Quickly, a couple comments. I'm sorry, I'm seeing here on Facebook. We haven't had a lot of time to read these. I want to say what's up to Gordon Grove. Says, let's go Shelby, turn up the heat. Channing R. Sims cheering on the Panthers tonight. Misty on the opposite side says, let's go Panthers. And let's go boys from Brennan Robinson, the latest, just coming in right now.
Thank you one and all for watching/listening today. 775 on Facebook, 930 on the YouTube. That's a lot of people.
Plenty of you listening to the first ever state final for appearance for Shelby. It's been more than 50 years. For Zanesville, Maysville, they'll get a 3. Quickly launch and an offensive rebound off the miss collected by Fink. He kicks it out, and it's been boy wonder Jordan Watson here in the second half. Delivers yet again with a big rainbow 3.
And he had a hand in his face once again and still able to hit.
He's 3 of 6 from downtown, 21 points now for Watson. Shelby now with Bruskotter from the elbow, sliding a lot of coverage his way. It doesn't matter. He turns and fires. Wow, a fall-away jumper for the Wright State commit. So Bruskotter calmly keeping the city firmly on his shoulders as he's closing in on 30 points for the night. Alex has been unbelievable. He's only missed 3 times, folks. Mid-range runner. Watson missed this time, and we're going the other way. It's going to be tipped out of bounds by Cade Rockin. Did he draw a
he went through
loose
Lance.
ball foul?
Lance went up for the rebound, went through Lance's back. It's going to be the 3rd against Maysville, and Shelby now with a hoop, a chance to get the lead right back.
Full court pressure here by the Panthers. They're going to double team. They've got Bruskotter bracketed. Lance coming into the picture, as does DeVito. They'll start in the hands of Casey. Left side, he'll clear him out. Now Bruskotter comes back. He'll pick it up. Bob's going to defend him all the way across the timeline. Alex Bruskotter, right side. He's really feeling it right now. He's 11 of 14 from the floor in attack mode, and he puts another one in off the glass off the right side. We are not worthy, Mr. Bruskotter.
Wow, that's all I can say. And I've watched him for his 4 years at Shelby, and I can still say, wow, what a performance.
30 points now for Mr. Bruskotter, 58-57. Shelby in the lead. Bob spins left side. He'll have to bring it back out off the defensive double. Here's Fink. Now they'll come back up top with Wesley Armstead. And now Gator, who's been very quiet here in this second half. He got shaken up a bit in the third after 16 points in the first 2 quarters. To the corner. They move the ball around. It's fumbled a little bit. Now Jordan Watson collects. A trap comes, and he'll give it off to Gator. A long possession here for Maysville. And it'll continue. Back into the hands of Watson. He's looking to give it up as Baker comes to pick him up. Now he drives right side and collects 2 free throw attempts as he got Baker on his right hip. And minimal contact, I'd say, compared to what we've seen, but it does earn him a trip to the charity stripe.
Yeah, great take to the hole, and he was inches away from the and one. Still a chance to give them the lead back with 2:32 left in regulation.
And he evens things up as the free throw shooting very precise. 7 of 7 now for the Panthers. Whippets are a perfect 10 of 10. Just 2:32 remaining, and we're all even, 58 apiece. This is a chance to give you the slimmest of margins if you're a Panther fan, and they do.
Who's this going to go to, Brian, on the Shelby offensive?
It's going to be Bruskotter to start, and wisely they double team, but it allows a 4-on-3 the other way. But Baker wants no part of it. He'll wait for Bruskotter to get back involved. Bodies hitting the deck. Bruskotter, wow, big bump Ramsey with the follow. But I think Alex got hit on the shot attempt. And 2 free throws potentially for Mr. Bruskotter.
Can't hear, it's so loud in here you can't hear a whistle.
So Alex Bruskotter at the free throw line. 2:17 to go. Obviously he's not missed. He's 3 of 3.
First miss of the night.
It rims out. He'll still have a chance to try to knot things up with the next. Whippet fans giving him the special spirit fingers, trying to will this ball in as he puts the ball left tip. Big breath for Alex Bruskotter. 1 dribble and sends it home. And we'll get a Ted and Allie's Cafe timeout, a full timeout taken by the Shelby Whippets as we're about 6 minutes committed here in the 4th quarter action. Woo! And we've gone nowhere. It says 11-9 there, but it was tied at 50-50 coming into the quarter. So I know for a fact that it's been even all the way. And what a game we've had, folks. The atmosphere, if you're not here in Dayton, it's tough really to describe. Like Travis said, we can't hear whistles anymore at this point.
Yeah. A
lot of credit to both cheering sections for being loud and proud, as we know each of these communities have never been a part of this. Nobody pretty much was alive in Maysville 50 plus years ago when they made their run to the state Final Four and then lost on the doorstep of a state championship. And for the Whippets, regional champions for the first time ever, they're really soaking this all in. Got to say what's up to Dorothy, who says, let's go. Brittany Leary, what a game. Come on, Shelby. Shaylin Yetzer says, let's go, Whippets. Kim Scott, let's go, Shelby. A little love from Colonel Crawford. Gordon Grove, shoot the lights out, Shelby. Inez Aguilar cheering on the Whippets, as is Savannah and Karen Scott. And Dennis Boyce. If you're not enjoying the game, you might not have a pulse. Thank you, Tom. You could not be more correct. It's been lit in here all afternoon.
2,000 people now watching.
Wow. And for those of you asking, we are not allowed to show our full broadcast after the game, but we will have a synced highlight, all the best plays to our audio. As we're back to action, and it begins with Bob, the Musk Kingdom Valley League Player of the Year, all-time leading scorer. He's been pretty sharp so far in this game. He's got 16 points. They'll work it now near side. Jordan Watson, he's had a special second half. He dribbles up top, gives it off to Bob. Trying to size up Ramsey. Gets by him with the first couple of dribbles. Now he leaves it off and down the lane, and scoring is Jordan Watson. Oh, take it away, Bob, right at the rack, and he scores 4-0 run, plus another coming up. The foul on Baker, and we've seen a lot of that here in the second half. Shelby just not fully engaged on the inbounds pass, and it's the largest run that we've seen for the Panthers here in this second. 4-0 spurt, Bob at the line, looking to make it a 5-0 run. Wow, huge points here. And Bob splashes it. Full court pressure comes again. Bruskotter, this time able to make the catch with Armstead, harassing him down the floor. Alex Bruskotter goes around the back. They've got help waiting in Caden Fink, so he'll have to kick it off. Ramsey didn't like the shot. Gives it off to Lance. They'll hand it off. Bruskotter now. Everyone looking at number 5 to try to make a move. He'll step back. 3! Oh my gosh, nothing but net. Alex Bruskotter grabbing a receive for 3 as he cashes in from long range, and just 75 ticks remaining. 2-point game spread wide. All 5 players on the perimeter for Maysville. Bob on the left side, and Ramsey backing off. He can't do that, starting to run out of time.
1 minute left.
Alex Bobb now dribbles left side, has Gator coming to help out up top as he spins, gives it off. Now here's Nichols. Baker on him, the sophomore off the screen. Double team comes, he loses the handle. Now he'll dish it off. Nice pass to Fink. Had to go underneath a couple of outstretched arms. 45 seconds left as they'll run a gunner here. Double team, and now off to Armstead. A lot of time coming off the clock. Ramsey streaking in backside, almost came away with it.
And there's a foul.
And now Alex Bruskotter will put Alex Bobb on the free throw line. And the best he can do is make it a 3-point game. 64-62, excuse me, my math very flawed here, folks. He can make it a 2-possession game. Maybe forecasting. Bobb so far at the free throw line. Just 1 of 1. Make it 2 for 2 now, as he's got 20 points on the night. .35 seconds left. Bobb barely gets the second to swirl in as the full court pressure comes. 66-62. Casey Lance has to get involved in the picture. Here's Lance. Oh, he almost lost it out of bounds. Casey Lance not defended. Now he attacks. Right side, kicks it out. 3 on the way. Ramsey, a timely shot. Splish splash from the corner as he upgrades the Whippet total to 65, and a timeout comes. 1-point game, Panther basketball, and Isaiah Ramsey had not drilled one from long range until that one, and he hits it like a dentist on a cavity. 9 points now for Isaiah, and it's a 1-point game. Woo! How do these radio guys do it? I can't call games like this ever again.
Wow.
I'm going to have to retire after this weekend.
What a game. This has been phenomenal. We're over here on the Maysville side. They're fist pumping. You're looking down on the Shelby side. They're fist pumping. Every shot, everybody with every single shot living in this one.
And Megan McKenzie says her heart is beating so fast online. Boy, me and you both. What a contest. 1,100 of you watching, listening live right now on the Facebooks. And it all boils down to these final seconds as they're showing replays right now with that 5-0 spurt. Probably the biggest stretch I think that we've had here in the game so far, Travis, with the make, the theft. Bob caps off the end one, and that right now is why the Panthers are out in front. But Shelby's gotten themselves back into the game. Alex Bruskotter makes good on a long three, and then connecting like AOL from the corner. How about the timely shot for Isaiah Ramsey, who missed his first couple from out there?
Yeah, he was short on the first couple, and I think he might have actually glanced the backboard on that too. It's a 1-point game. Free throws cannot make this a 2-possession game now. Shelby can now go full court and try and get a steal.
And they'll get it in the Bobb, though. He races into the front court. It's tipped away down to 17 seconds. Now Bobb turns, and he's going to get fouled. Casey Lance going to put him on the free throw line with 15 and a half seconds. Shelby gave it their best run to try to get the steal. They did get a minor tip, but Bobb just too good. He recollected, and now he looks over at the student section for some energy, and he'll step to the free throw line. Only one player stepping in to rebound right now for Maysville. It's Wesley Armstead, as Bobb calmly hits nothing but net on the first attempt. 2-point game. 4 fouls on Bruskotter, 4 on Baker. And Bobb misses the second one on the back iron. Bruskotter with the defensive rebound. He's picked up here by Armstead. A low dribble here for Bruskotter, down to 9 seconds. He goes right side, but around the back, double team comes. He fishes it underneath. Baker gets a shot blocked, but he's heading to the free throw line. Bryson Baker. 2 big-time free throw attempts coming up in his future. A chance to try to tie things up with 3.9 on the foul for Jordan Watson.
Maysville's going to get a timeout.
It's a Ted and Allie's Cafe TO. They want to make the senior think about it. One of the unsung heroes of the squad. A perfect 4 for 4 here tonight. All of Bryson's points have come at the charity stripe, but he'll have to make 2 pressure-packed free throws here in the closing seconds to try to force a tough shot from Maysville and potentially overtime.
Wow.
Incredible game here tonight, folks. 2 teams going toe-to-toe, the longest win streaks remaining in the state of Ohio. 20 straight for Maysville, 19 in a row for the Whippets. Neither have lost in 2024, and you see why. Timely shooting, big-time players stepping up at the right time in the big occasion. And now, Bryson Baker at the free throw line with a huge opportunity to try to tie things up. Bryson spins the ball, 2, 3 dribbles, and now Baker well short with the first. Barely hit the front iron. Coach Galloway yelling in some direction for his team, as Baker's got a chance to try to make this just a 1-point game. 67-65, 3.9 ticks. Baker this time, a little bit more on it. He missed it back iron. Lance working inside, and a defensive foul on Casey Lance off the board, and it looks like Jordan Watson's going to be heading to the free throw line. They'll have to check the clock right now, showing .2, but Lance tried to get the foul much, much earlier. So at the free throw line is Jordan Watson. The referees talk about it, and after a huddle, they say 1.8 seconds is what will remain in the game. 1.8. Shelby right now is huddled up. Coach Galloway asking for the referee to come over to his bench, give some instruction. I think Alex Bruskotter is trying to argue that
he got held.
Maysville was quick in the lane, and also you could see there was a lot of contact with them battling inside. Ball into the hands here of Jordan Watson. Another pressure-packed situation. Can make it a 2-score game, but he misses the first. The free throws were flowing like water in the first half and into the third, but now that we're into crunch time, pressure bursting pipes just a little bit as we'll get a Ted and Allie's Cafe timeout. Just under 2 seconds remaining here. Shelby, they still got a pulse here. They're not done just yet. Alex Bruskotter, he's got 34 points, 4 of 6 from downtown. And at best, this will be a 3-point game for the Panthers. 1 timeout remaining for Shelby. 1 timeout still in the back pocket of the coaching staff over for Zanesville, Maysville.
So if they make this, it's still a 3-point game. You'll think Shelby calls a timeout, draws up a play, unless they draw it up right now. And you're going to get a rush down the court and a desperation heave no matter what.
Shelby breaks the huddle early. They've got their 5 starters out on the floor, the 4 seniors, the 3 amigos, and the Mr. Basketball finalist, Alex Bruskotter, who's had a phenomenal game so far. The 3 amigos tonight have combined for 55 points.
I think Casey Lance telling the ref, if we get a rebound, we want the timeout immediately.
Lance down on the block, as is Bruskotter. Cohen Fink in there to try to get a rebound, as is Wesley Armstead. As Watson steps up to the free throw line, he'll send it, and it swirls in.
And
wow.
Shelby gets the timeout.
2 rings around the rosy, and then it drops through the bottom of the net. So it's a 3-point game. The final timeout taken by the Whippets. And they will have to get a 3 to try to force overtime. And they've obviously got 6'7" Bruskotter. You'd love to get the ball into his hands. However, he's been so efficient. Maysville's been keying on him. Might need to use the Mr. Basketball finalist as a decoy. Other guys can rain it from 3.
We saw this play, possibly the Willard Lexington game. Heaved to about 5 feet behind the line. A fadeaway 3 just was off the mark, but it can be done. And you know Shelby has this play written up. Every team has this play written up for times like these. They're gonna have to perfect it though. They're gonna be able to have a catch, maybe a quick pass and release, or a catch and a couple dribbles and a heave.
It's off a make, so the Whippets can run the baseline. They break the huddle. Looks like Lance will be the trigger man. Casey Lance coming underneath. He's asking for the ball on the left side. Alex Bobb in his face. They'll defend the inbounder. Wesley Armstead is on Bruskotter.
We'll see if we get a screen from DeVito to get him running. There's the screen. There's the throw down. It's intercepted, and that's the game.
So Gator catches it at midcourt, and Maysville moving on to the state championship for the first time in their program history as the historic run for the Whippets comes to an end here in Dayton. Bruskotter falling down on his back. A very emotional Mr. Basketball finalist, visibly upset after a heroic performance. 13 of 16 from the floor, 34 points for him. But it's Maysville's day as both teams line it up to shake hands. 21 straight wins now for the Panthers. Program best 25 wins for Shelby on their season. We'll have more on this contest coming up here in just a moment. We'll take a quick commercial timeout, and we will be back with your Hockenberry Trucking and Excavating post-game show live and free on the OH Report.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
More than Crown, we are the real people behind Crown CDJR of Dublin. Every member of our sales team is dedicated to providing you an excellent customer experience.
Find the right vehicle for you and your lifestyle. Is a Crown Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram today, the better way to buy.
Enjoyed live and free boys state Final Four action thanks to our amazing sponsors. Big shout out to our friends over at Carothers Pest Control. If you've got a pest, you already know, call the best. 419-342-6841. ArcelorMittal, smarter stills for people and planet. They are hiring now with competitive wages and benefits. Visit ArcelorMittal.com and click careers for more details. Hockenberry Trucking and Excavating, the one-stop shop for limestone, gravel, dirt, sand, and excavation services, along with custom hauling. Paul's Drive-In, great food and even better ice cream since 1956. Ted and Allie's Cafe, a family tradition that still continues to grow strong 35 years later. Crown Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, some want it to happen, some wish it would happen. Crown makes it happen. Mechanics Bank, Richland County's only independent community bank. Scout Construction Services, LLC. With more than a decade of business, you can trust Scout Construction with your roofing and siding needs. Call Scout for more info at 419-989-7240. Also want to send out some big thank yous to American Homestead Exteriors. Check out their Facebook page down in our link, as well as their website, roofingmansfieldoh.com. The most fair, affordable roof that you can get in all of North Central Ohio. And then a thank you to the Mike Homan team at the Remax Unlimited Results Realty and Auctions. Hit up Mike. Check out his website, MikeHoman.com, as well as their Facebook page. They are proud supporters of Shelby Athletics. And last but not least, I want to thank Laura Swihart, our Howard Hanna Real Estate Services agent. If you're looking for a new property, if you're wanting to buy or sell within the region, hit up your favorite agent, Laura Swihart. And finally, Phillips Tube Group. Big thank you to Angela Phillips and everybody over there at Phillips Tube Group. They are always hiring. They've got awesome benefits, great wages, and just a great company to work for. And with that, we now welcome you back for the post-game show brought to you by Hockenberry Trucking and Excavating. Unbelievable game, and what an awesome season for the Shelby Whippets as they finish here in the Final Four. First time ever that they won a regional championship. Program best, 25 wins, and it all ends here in the state semifinals after a 69-65 loss to Zanesville, Maysville. I'm Brian Skowronski. Travis Berardi was with me on the call here this afternoon, and we now bring in a special guest, Joe Baylog, the star of The Joe Show, a Hall of Fame coach, and he's been involved here at the state tournament, both for the girls and now the gentlemen, handing out awards and a lot of other duties. But Joe, what I want to know about is just that game and the atmosphere here in the building. I think it was the most attendance that we've had so far, and just I'll let you begin with all your thoughts. Haven't had a chance to really talk to you about what you just saw here and just what you think.
Well, first of all, a great atmosphere. I mean, Shelby's the tournament run when these guys get a chance after in the next few days and next few weeks, when they look back at this run, they played in front of probably some of the best crowds in the state as far as their tournament run. I mean, their district at Ontario was tremendous. The regionals at Bowling Green was tremendous. And today here at Dayton Arena, it's going to be one of the best crowds of the entire weekend. I mean, two teams that really just played their hearts out. If you look at the stats, the big stat that you notice are the 11 turnovers. 11 turnovers by Shelby, 2 by Maysville. And several of those turnovers were just on inbounding the basketball after a made basket. So Maysville did a really good job of scouting from the standpoint. One of the things that Shelby's been really good at is getting the basketball in quickly and moving it up the floor very quickly. And I don't believe, according to stats, Shelby had no fast break points.
Wow.
Which that's probably got to be, that probably has not happened all year. Alex Bruskotter was amazing. He was just amazing. So Shelby's going to be really there. I mean, they're going to be disappointed. There's no doubt. But you can't be disappointed that their effort was just tremendous. Both teams played with so much energy. And really it came down to a key play when they turn it over on an inbounds and they get a three-point play to go up 5 with under 2 minutes. So it's just, sometimes a game comes down to that. It's just one or two key plays, and unfortunately for Shelby, the key play didn't go their way.
He talks about Alex Bruskotter and what he did here this afternoon. 13 of 16, 4 of 6 from downtown, and 34 points, Joe, coming off of a 27-point performance where he only took 7 shots from the floor. So you want to talk about efficiency. I mean, this doesn't get a whole lot better.
Well, and the other part of it, he would just bump and a bump. I mean, anytime he handled the basketball on the full court, he was getting bumped, turned, pressured the whole night. Played 32 minutes. So if somebody says Alex Bruskotter doesn't have enough toughness to play at the Division I level, I think tonight proved, and really through his whole career, he proved that he's gonna be a nice player at Wright State University. Kudos to him, outstanding season, really, really special. But I'm sure that he would trade the night he had as far as scoring. If he scored 2 points and they won, he would trade that. But he was outstanding tonight for the Shelby Whippets as he has been all season. And kudos to Coach Galloway and his staff. They've done a tremendous job through the whole season. As I said, there's going to be a lot of raw emotion in that locker room right now, but in 24 hours, maybe 24 hours, you're gonna be able to get over it and kind of realize, because you're only one of 4 teams to get to this level, and that's really special.
The 3 amigos for Shelby, as I like to call them, Bruskotter, Ramsey, and Lance combined for 55 points as they wrap up their careers with the most wins in program history for a class, and 25 victories for them just this season, getting on the cusp of their first ever state championship performance. A lot of outpour coming into our comments section, so we just want to say we salute you, Shelby, to not just the team and the coaching staff, but the community as well. You saw the videos that we posted yesterday and really all week, everything that they've been doing. It's been a class act. Everybody's been getting involved, Joe, and this is a team that we're going to remember for a long time here in Richland County.
Well, yeah, and you just mentioned a key word, class, and they've been a class act all year. And I don't know these kids as well as people in the community and Coach Galloway and his staff know them, but they have portrayed that they are great kids and a model for many young players to follow. So, the hope for Coach Galloway is those kids that are here that were in 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th grade, they're going to go back in their driveways here tomorrow, and they're going to want to be an Alex Bruskotter, an Isaiah Ramsey, a Casey Lance. And then when those guys, go on to school in 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, get together, they're going to have a lot of great memories of getting to play in the state Final Four.
And more potential memories on the way for the victors here tonight. So we got to talk about Maysville, 68-65 winners here. And Gator Nichols was unbelievable in the first half.
Yeah.
He had 16 of his 18, Joe, and I think really that's what they needed to hang around with Shelby. And then in the second half, Jordan Watson, 26 points, only had 9 at the break, and Alex Bobb made the big plays when they needed him most. You talked about the steal and the and one. That was him in the closing seconds of the game. So those three combined for
66.
Almost all of their points.
66 of their 68.
Come on, man.
so that well, we don't want to call them the three amigos, but their three amigos were pretty good tonight. I mean, and they've kind of you know, after that win in the regional semis on a bank three at the buzzer, they've really rolled here. And it just seemed tonight, especially in the second half, that when there was a big shot to be made, Maysville came up with a tremendous three, and it wasn't like Shelby left guys wide open. They were shooting over top of guys.
No doubt.
They were shooting by Casey Lance closing out on you. So you do give kudos. It's not like Shelby lost this game. It's that Maysville found a way to win this game because neither team. This is a game you're going. Really, either team deserved to win the basketball game, and it came down to, as we said, a couple plays, and Maysville was able to make those plays. Shelby was not.
So unfortunately for our Whippets, their season does come to a close. Their 19-game win streak ends here in Dayton, 25-3. They wrap up the best season in program history, while the Panthers, they will advance. They will take on Alter tomorrow in the Division II state championship game. That is going to wrap up our coverage, though, here from this Final Four in the Division II realm inside of UD Arena. Many, many thank yous to all of our generous sponsors who came together, providing you live and free coverage today and basically the entire tournament run for Shelby basketball. Thank you to Hockenberry Trucking and Excavating, American Homestead Exteriors, Carothers Pest Control, Laura Swihart, a Howard Hanna Real Estate Services agent, Mike Homan and his team at Remax Unlimited Results, along with the Auctions Group, Paul's Drive-In, Phillips Tube Group, and our most valuable player sponsor, ArcelorMittal. That will have to come after the fact. Not allowed to do interviews here on the floor, but we've got Madeline Suzuto right now. The birthday girl is conducting an interview right now over in the media press conference room. More thank yous to Crown Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Mechanics Bank, and Scout Construction Services, LLC. Big kudos to Joe Baylog joining me here post-game, and he has been the man here in the gym all day, dressed very well. We've had video of him. The hair on point, gotta say that too. So Joe handing out awards, doing his thing, providing some great analysis for you. Travis Berardi, my sidekick, my color guy for this all-audio venture here inside of UD Arena. I am Brian Skowronski saying thank you to all the fans out there for watching and everybody back at OH Report World Headquarters for making this happen. Adam Thompson, Jory Hollenbeck, and everyone else. But that's going to do it for here in Dayton on this live stream. Plenty more highlights still coming up. The future of local sports with you all weekend here in Dayton. But so long for now.